Hey, real quick before anything else, have you ever watched something beautiful only to realize the sound felt flat, like you were watching with one ear turned off? That disconnect disappears the first week you live with the LG SC9S. This is for the kind of person who notices when sound belongs in the moment, not just sits under it. You want audio that feels layered, dimensional, and intentional. You're the one who hears dialogue that should be anchored but isn't, who feels when effects lack height, who knows deep bass isn't just noise, it's weight and presence. You've outgrown compromise, and this system finally respects that. Before you get deep into comparisons, take a minute to check the current price and availability. Systems designed to perfectly match high-end OLED visuals, especially with real Atmos depth and rear integration, don't linger once people experience how immersive they actually are. You probably remember the point where your old sound just stopped keeping up. Maybe voices were buried under music cues. Maybe action scenes felt hollow instead of spacious. Or maybe surround effects were just flat. That's when you realize, I deserve better. That's the moment you stop tolerating compromise and start wanting presence. Once the LG SC9S becomes part of your daily setup, everything changes subtly but immediately. Sound doesn't feel like it's coming from the screen, it feels like it's happening around you. High channels add dimension instead of gimmick. Rear speakers actually wrap the room instead of ghosting behind you. Bass goes deep and controlled instead of just loud. That background disappointment you didn't know you were carrying just melts away, and suddenly every scene feels complete instead of incomplete. You feel it during movie nights where ambience floats above and behind you, not just in front. You feel it in games where cues aren't guesses but precise, anchored experiences. You feel it during music playback where instruments don't clump together, they occupy real space. Even everyday shows start sounding richer because the system doesn't just play sound, it places it. This isn't about wattage or numbers on a box. It's about coherence. How every driver works together so nothing fights for attention. Once you experience that harmony of soundstage, clarity, and depth, anything weaker starts to feel flat almost instantly. If you're even a little tempted, don't wait around for unpredictable price swings or stock works. True paired systems like this get noticed fast by people who want audio that finally matches the way visuals feel. You might wonder if a soundbar really makes that much difference. That doubt vanishes the first time Atmos effects actually lift above you and behind you instead of being a thin layer on top. The way Orchestra and WOWCAST tie wireless surrounds and bar together makes the whole room feel alive instead of just louder. The surprise benefit is how effortless the experience becomes. Setup doesn't feel like a project. Controls feel natural. You press play and suddenly your room responds instead of resisting. Dialogue feels anchored and clear, height and surround cues feel above you, bass adds presence, not chaos. Movies feel immersive and intentional. You stop adjusting volume mid-scene. It's not a tiny upgrade that tires fast. It's not a simple bar you outgrow soon at some point. Endlessly comparing sound systems just stalls you. You already know which experience keeps looping in your mind. Choosing it is how you finally move past background sound and into real engagement. Don't let this be one of those upgrades you delay and then regret every time your current audio feels shallow. If you're ready for sound that finally fits the way you watch and listen, check availability now and make that leap with confidence.